Hi Kate, how are you?
Good, thank you.
How'd last time go for you?
Well.
Very good?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now after going through your exams last time and everything that we did, I found that your condition is very treatable with chiropractic care. So I want you to know that you're in the right place at the right time, okay? I want you to feel confident that you came to the right place. I'm confident, and you should be as well, okay? Helps with the whole process. Now, chiropractic care, as you saw in that video, is nothing new. It's not experimental. It's been around for over 100 years. If it wasn't getting good results, it would have probably dissipated and faded out throughout the years. But instead, the opposite is actually true because we are now the second largest healthcare provider in the Western world. Okay, so much so that WebMD did a study, and one stat that they found that is very important is that they found that we have a 95% satisfaction rate with our patients, which is amazing. 95%, you're not going to find that in any other facet of healthcare today, okay? So again, I want you to feel very confident that you're in the right place and we're going to take care of you very well, okay? All right. So let's talk about what brought you in, your low back pain, right? Now I can tell you that it wasn't just one specific twist or turn or injury, because it's been accumulating throughout the years, right? It starts with the trauma of childbirth, very hard on the baby's skeletal structure and everything that goes involved with that. Now, after you're born, you grow up and you go throughout the years. And the main thing to remember is that as you're growing up, you have all these bumps, falls, scrapes, bruises, etc. That go untreated for the most part. Nothing's done to offset that kind of wear and tear that you're putting your body through as you're growing up. Now, it's impossible for me to know really how many of those incidents you've actually experienced throughout your life because there's just really no way of telling. But I can tell you that, again, it wasn't just one thing. It's been building upon itself over the years. So if you've never been to a dentist or never brushed your teeth, what kind of condition are your teeth going to be in? Not too good, right? So the same way as if you never do any maintenance on your car, tire alignment, a blowout throughout years of use, a blowout's pretty much inevitable in your future, okay? And that's what we want to prevent. So again, you're in the right place. I want you to feel confident, and we're going to take care of you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, a result of all that throughout the years building upon itself, your spine being pushed and pulled, this and that, all different ways throughout the years with no treatment, is that we're going to, cause less flexibility, some swelling, some irritation, and, joint fixation, which is called what we like to call subluxation. So that's just the technical term. Subluxation, you can say joint fixation is pretty much the same thing. But again, throughout those years, your spine's being pushed and pulled all different ways. Those micro injuries build upon themselves, and that's one of the results. Okay, so you're actually lucky that you're not in more pain than you really are in right now. Okay. Again, with that nerve interference, a subluxation can cause some nerve compression, and nerves are how your body communicates with itself. So if you compress that, you're shutting off flow of communication, kind of like putting a kink in a hose. Not going to flow right? So if whatever area of the body or vertebrae that is subluxed, and if it is causing compression, that nerve that leads to a part of the body is not going to, relay that correct information to the part of the body. It's not going to. So that part of the body is not going to receive the correct input, not going to function right. More importantly, it's not going to be able to heal right. So my job is to find those areas and get rid of them and let your body heal itself. So again, a subluxation causes more than just back pain. It can actually predispose you to a lot of different other stuff, kind of multiple other diseases as well, all right? So I will go over the phases of degeneration with you. As you can see in this pamphlet here that there are 4 phases, and those 4 phases correlate with those x-rays. Now, I don't have your films, but I will run through those phases with you. There's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. 4 is being the most severe. Again, this is basic arthritis. Everybody's going to go through it. I call it the gray hair of the spine. But the good thing is that studies show that chiropractic care slows this whole process down. So again, you're in the right spot. As you can see, they say near normal because no one's perfectly normal. You can see that disc spaces are nice and maintained, everything's nice and neat throughout the spine. You have the curves of the spine that are there that should be there throughout the spine. You go over to phase 2, and you can see the first thing that I see is you lose that curve in the neck, and you kind of increase that curve in the low back. No really degenerative changes you can see, but the change in the curve changes the stresses that are put upon your spine, kind of predispose you to degenerate faster, that's all. You go over to phase 3, moderate degeneration. This is where you can see some bony stuff, some bony changes. You see those tooth-like projections in the middle back? Those are some bony spurs, and you can really see that the disc spaces are decreased, right? Okay, so if you look up to the neck, you can see that the shape of the vertebrae look compressed and kind of deformed than they did before, right? So this is when you're getting some more serious problems. Now, if you look at the end, I don't even really want you to look at that because that's the most severe. You're nowhere near that. If I had to say, I would say more for sure if I did have your x-rays, but I'm going to say you're probably just entering around phase 2, some mild degeneration stuff. Me, myself, I have that stuff as well. But I undergo chiropractic care, which helps a lot. And now you are too, so we're good. Again, so what's the solution? The solution is chiropractic care and chiropractic adjustments. Just like I was saying, it took some time, years to get like this. It's going to take a little bit of time to get you out of it. We kind of need to retrain your spine to get it in the right direction. It's going to take a little bit of time for that to happen. You know, it'd be nice if we could go to the orthodontist and they could just yank our teeth in position. They could just yank our teeth back in position in one day, but they can't. So, again, it takes a series of treatments. So it's going to take a series of adjustments. So I came up with a treatment plan for you. It is a plan; it can be changed, but this is what I feel is going to be best course for you. Okay. So phase 1 is we want to get you out of pain first. So it's pain relief. I want you coming in 3 times a week for 2 weeks so we can get you out of pain. You'll probably be like, okay, I'm out of pain, I'm fine. That's not the case. Because now you're going to enter stage 2, which is stabilization. Like I mentioned earlier, your spine needs to be retrained on the correct position. So it's very used to being here, and after I adjust you, say I push you this way, it's in a new position. It's going to be like, what's going on? I'm in a different position. So it's going to try to fight you and kind of try to go back to the way it was because that's what it remembers until it's in that new position long enough and more enough until that recognizes that as normal. Okay, so I've seen this, people respond differently and it takes a little bit longer for each person obviously, but I've seen cases like you respond very well and stabilize very well, okay? And that last stage is probably another important stage is prevention stage. We want you coming in once a month or once every 5, every 6 weeks so we can do maintenance on you. And like we're doing is just good spinal hygiene so we can keep this, you know, we don't want you coming in so acute. We want you, you know, coming in just to maintain what you already have, okay? We don't want to start all over. Again, it would be nice if we could never eat food again, right? Or if we could always eat food and not your teeth wouldn't be, you know, bad. But we have to keep brushing them to keep them clean, right? So kind of use that and keep that in mind when you're going through that, okay? And because we're going to keep living life, we're going to always do stuff that you want to do, but that same stuff is always going to, you know, contribute to these subluxations. So again, it's just kind of, you know, life, you know, that's what happens, right? So do you have any questions for me?
No, that sounds good.
Sounds good? Okay, excellent. So we do have a class that's called How to Stay Young for the first 100 years. It's full of good health information besides that what I'm going to tell you that you can take home and employ on your own time, okay? It's free, it's like 10 minutes long, and if you're very interested in that, it's a great class. You can even do it after one of your treatments. Okay. So if you want to get signed up for that, I can definitely get you signed up for it. It's run by one of our upfront office girls. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sounds good.
All right, so I want you coming in. I want you to try to keep all your appointments the best you can, and we're going to do a progress exam at 2 and 4 weeks to let me know if that we're on the right track, if I need to change anything up, also so I can let you know how you're doing, and I can show you how you're progressing with numbers and such, okay? Any other questions or concerns?
No.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.